started with small things. A hushed conversation that stopped when I walked in, a group text I was never added to, the way my parents and siblings would exchange glances over dinner. I tried to ignore the growing sense of unease, but then I found the travel itinerary on the kitchen counter. My name nowhere in sight. My heart pounded as I realized the truth. My family was planning a vacation, and I wasn't invited. The shock was sharp, almost physical. I replayed every recent argument, every awkward silence, searching for a reason. Was I being punished? Had I done something unforgivable? The pain of being left out settled deep in my chest, heavier than I could have imagined. The morning of their departure, I stood at the top of the stairs, watching as my family bustled around with last-minute packing. Suitcases zipped, laughter echoed, and no one looked up to see me standing there. My mother called out reminders, my siblings argued over snacks, and my father checked the car one last time. I waited for someone to say goodbye, to offer a hug or even a glance, but the moment never came. Instead, I watched them pile into the car, the engine roaring to life as they pulled away from the curb. The silence that followed was deafening. The house, once filled with noise and chaos, now felt cavernous and cold, every empty room a reminder that I had been left behind. With the house empty, I wandered from room to room, searching for something to fill the quiet. I tried turning on the TV, scrolling through my phone, even baking cookies just to make the kitchen smell like home. But nothing could drown out the silence that pressed in from every corner. Every familiar object, a family photo, a forgotten sweater, the dent in the hallway wall reminded me of moments we'd shared, now out of reach. I replayed old conversations in my mind, wondering if I'd missed some warning sign or if this loneliness was always waiting for me. The hours dragged by, each one heavier than the last, until the only thing left was the ache of being truly alone. Late that afternoon, my phone buzzed with a message from an unfamiliar number. I almost ignored it, assuming it was spam, but curiosity got the better of me. When I opened it, my breath caught. A photo of my family, smiling on a sunny beach, popped onto the screen. They looked happy, carefree, as if nothing was missing. My name wasn't mentioned, but the image was unmistakably from their vacation. Confusion and a strange sense of dread washed over me. Who would send this to me and why? Was it a cruel joke or some kind of mistake? I stared at the screen, torn between anger and curiosity, unable to shake the feeling that this was only the beginning. Over the next day, more photos arrived, each one more unsettling than the last. My family appeared in places I'd never heard them mention. Fancy restaurant, a private boat, even a lavish hotel suite. In one picture, my parents were laughing with a stranger I didn't recognize, their arms linked as if they'd known each other for years. Another showed my siblings holding up a sign with a message that seemed meant for someone else. The backgrounds changed, but one thing stayed the same: I was never there. And no one seemed to notice my absence. With every new image, my anxiety grew. Were these just vacation snapshots? Or was there something my family was hiding? The photos felt like clues to a puzzle I hadn't known existed, and I couldn't escape the sense that a secret was waiting to be uncovered. Unable to take the suspense any longer, I finally replied to the mysterious number. My message was blunt: "Who are you? Why are you sending me these photos?" The response came quickly, almost as if they'd been waiting. "You don't know me, but I thought you deserved to see what was happening," the stranger wrote. My heart pounded as they revealed their name, a distant family friend I barely remembered from childhood gatherings. They explained they'd run into my family on vacation and were shocked to learn I hadn't been invited. "It didn't seem right," they said. "You should know the truth." Relief and anger tangled inside me. At last, I had a connection to the mystery, but I still didn't understand the full story or what my family was hiding. The next message from the stranger was longer, and I read it with trembling hands. They explained that during a conversation with my parents, it became clear there had been arguments about me, old resentments, misunderstandings, and fears that I would ruin the trip with my questions or opinions. My siblings had gone along with it, not wanting to cause more conflict. The decision to leave me out wasn't a simple oversight. It was a choice made to avoid facing uncomfortable truths within our family. The words stung, but they also brought a strange sense of relief. I wasn't forgotten, I was excluded on purpose. The pain was sharp, but at least now I understood. The truth, as ugly as it was, finally set me free from wondering what I'd done wrong. With the truth finally out, I knew I couldn't keep my feelings bottled up any longer. I called my family, my voice steady but my heart racing. I told them how much it hurt to be left out, how their decision made me feel invisible and unwanted. I shared what I'd learned from the stranger and asked for honesty in return. For the first time, I refused to let their choices define my worth. Whether they apologized or not, I needed them to hear my pain. Speaking up was terrifying, but it was also the first step toward reclaiming my place and my voice. In the days that followed, the silence between us slowly broke. Some wounds would take time to heal, but I felt lighter for having spoken my truth. Whether my family changed or not, I realized I could choose my own happiness. I started making plans for myself, small adventures, new friendships and dreams I'd put on hold. The pain of being left out no longer defined me. Instead, it became the turning point that set me free. I learned that sometimes the family we need is the one we build for ourselves, and that moving forward is its own kind of victory.